Welcome to the Kenzo channel. If you're looking to transform your small garden into a charming, vintage-inspired oasis, you're in the right place. Today's video will explore creative upcycled garden decor ideas that embrace a cozy, cottagecore aesthetic. If you enjoy this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and drop a comment below with your favorite idea. Let's dive into these magical, eco-friendly decor concepts. A fantastic way to bring a vintage feel into your garden is by repurposing old wooden crates. These rustic crates can serve as plant boxes, garden organizers, or even as a quirky piece of furniture. Their weathered texture perfectly complements the soft, whimsical vibes of cottagecore. Repurpose your antique glass jars as planters. These jars, whether they're mason jars or vintage glass bottles, add character and charm to any garden space. You can use them to hold tiny plants like succulents or even create a collection of herbs. Add a whimsical touch to your garden by turning old teacups into mini planters. These delicate yet sturdy cups can be arranged on garden shelves or hung from tree branches for a playful, vintage-inspired display. Don't throw away those tin cans. With a little bit of paint and creativity, you can turn them into stylish garden markers. Label your plants in a fun and functional way, giving your garden a vintage, personalized feel. If you have an old wooden ladder lying around, why not turn it into a vertical garden? You can hang plants from each rung or even add small shelves for your garden treasures. This is a great way to save space while adding vintage charm to your garden. Old window frames can be turned into stunning pieces of garden art. Whether you hang them on a fence, or use them to create a unique garden mirror, these vintage pieces add a touch of elegance and charm to any outdoor space. You can repurpose old vintage tea tins into charming garden storage. These colorful and quirky tins can be used to store gardening tools or even small decorations. Place them on shelves or hang them to add a touch of retro style to your space. Upcycle worn-out shoes by turning them into quirky planters. Vintage boots or even old sneakers can be filled with soil and plants for a fun, unexpected garden feature that embraces the cottagecore aesthetic. Upcycled wood can be transformed into charming garden signage. Whether it's directing visitors to the rose garden or marking your favorite plants, reclaimed wood signs add character and personality. Old woven baskets can make for unique and natural-looking planters. Hanging them or placing them around your garden can bring a vintage charm while saving money and reducing waste. Take plain garden pots and give them new life by painting them with vintage-inspired designs. Use soft pastels or muted tones to create a serene, cottagecore look. You can even add floral patterns or quotes for a personal touch. Give your garden a welcoming, vintage vibe by creating an upcycled bird feeder. Whether you use an old teacup, a mason jar, or even a wooden spoon, these feeders add both functionality and charm to your space. Set the mood in your garden during the evening with vintage lanterns. These timeless pieces, whether functional or decorative, create a soft, romantic glow perfect for a cottagecore-inspired garden. Repurpose an old wooden chair into a display for your plants. Whether you stack flower pots on the seat or let vines crawl up the legs, this is a simple, yet vintage-inspired way to add character to your small garden. Old toolboxes can easily be repurposed to hold a beautiful collection of flowers. The combination of the vintage metal or wood with colorful blooms creates a lovely rustic aesthetic for your small garden. create a unique garden fence by stacking recycled glass bottles. This is a great way to add a touch of color and charm to your small garden while keeping the environment in mind. An old wheelbarrow makes for an ideal garden feature, especially when turned into a planter. This classic piece evokes a vintage, rustic vibe while serving as a focal point in your garden. Use upcycled containers like old jars, cups, or tin cans to create a vintage-inspired herb garden. This rustic setup is not only beautiful but also practical for growing your favorite herbs right in your own backyard. Old wine bottles can become creative garden art. Arrange them in a colorful display, use them as plant markers, or even create a unique bottle tree for a touch of vintage elegance. A vintage birdcage can be transformed into a charming hanging planter or light fixture. Add trailing vines or flowers inside for a soft, vintage touch that adds whimsy and style to your garden. Use vintage or antique books to create rustic garden decor. Stack them for an elevated flower display, or use them to frame garden art. Their weathered spines provide a vintage, cottagecore look that's perfect for any garden space. An old bicycle is a fantastic way to add a touch of vintage charm to your garden. Hang baskets filled with flowers or simply use the bike as a quirky garden decoration that brings a sense of nostalgia to the space. Use vintage mirrors to reflect the beauty of your garden. Not only do they create the illusion of a bigger space, but they also enhance the vintage, whimsical aesthetic of your outdoor retreat. There you have it. These upcycled garden decor ideas will surely add a vintage cottagecore charm to your outdoor space. Which idea are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more home decor inspiration. Happy gardening!